Well, there we go, I think. Hello, everyone. Or no one. Welcome to day 30 of practicing live for 31 days. Wow. The penultimate practice session. So, as usual, because there's nobody here at this point, I'm just going to bash on and do the work. Crunch. Tonight's topic is who's your favorite guitar player and why? So, we've got someone. So who's your favorite guitar player and why? Dun, dun, dun. It doesn't have to be just one. You can have loads. It doesn't have to be like, who's your one dude that you would be stranded with? Who's your one dude you'd be stranded with on a desert island? Wow, that's a tough question. Cheers, everybody. It's late. It's nearly 11, actually, in the UK. So, right, I'm going to do a sort of freestyle thing tonight. I'm not going to use the metronome or backing tracks or anything. I'm just going to play. Still doing the exercises, but just a free-form, freestyle kind of thing. So I'm not held back by the speeds of metronomes or any of that. I'm just trying to flow, which will be interesting. I should know this stuff, right? By now. Okay, I'm still using the app, though, to time myself. Cool. Nice. That worked. Not quite as good, but I pulled it off. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Good God, that's the point. The point here is to actually see what I'm playing. Okay, and again. can't believe I don't know this bit. That wasn't very good. No. Okay. Probably shouldn't drink beer and practice. Or maybe I should. I can't see my head now. That's no good. I'll put it up a little bit. Okay. I'm kind of like lean over my guitar anyway when I play, don't I? So you're just looking at like my thinning dome, if you like. Okay, we can do this again. Yeah, hey Mike the psych. Yes, a late one. It's I don't have to work tomorrow. Well, that's not true. I don't have to. I was going to say I don't have to adhere to anyone else's schedule tomorrow, but that is also not true. I actually have a lot planned tomorrow, and have to be in a lot of places. I have like my daughter's teacher parent meeting and stuff like that. So there's actually quite a lot that I do need to attend. But yeah, I'm still in party mode, as it were. So Martin Miller. So tonight I'm freestyling. I'm not using metronomes or anything. I'm just going to freestyle. It's my birthday tomorrow, 31st. So yeah, some freestyling. But the topic tonight is, who's your favorite guitar player? Oops. What am I doing? have a favorite. I like different kinds of metal and extreme metal. They're all. Yeah, do you know? You make a wonderful point, Mike the Psych. You make a wonderful point, which is that there are many extreme metal bands out there, and I guess extreme metal means different things to different people. But I'm thinking of like gosh, I don't know, like your Neurosis of the world, and even before that, like some of the really nuts, like Possessed from the 80s, which was kind of crazy stuff. And then even God, what are they called? Just some of the really, really fast, crazy stuff. It's like people slag that because maybe the singer doesn't sing the way they would like him to sing because it's not melodic or whatever. Yeah, death, thrash, black doom, etc. All that stuff. Exactly. The thing is that as much as people may not like the style of thing that they're hearing, to play that stuff, you have to be really good. So there's no doubt in my mind that the skills are there. Not for me because I'm not practicing, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. I think that and to be honest, I find that of anything. I mean, Taylor Swift, right? Not my kind of thing, but I can't argue with the musicianship that goes into what she does and what her band does. And by the same thing, I can't really argue with the musicianship of like a punk band, for example, or a total, well, thrash bands. I think doom, thrash, all that kind of stuff. I think that's a little more technical maybe than punk. But that, I'm not trying to say that in a bad way or to berate punk music in any way. Not at all. Music is energy, and energy is derived from beautiful melodies and harmonies, and it's derived from energy, just that live thing where, yeah, if you make music, you're special. Exactly. It's all wonderful stuff, and it means different things to different people. So, some sketchy punk band is no less valid than the Taylor Swifts of the world, because the people that listen to that kind of stuff are not going to listen to the other stuff. They're not interested in that necessarily. So it's all good. It's all good. It's creativity, right? That's sounding. I like playing that lick a lot. 3 chord punk is energy. Exactly. That's exactly it, Mike. Exactly. It really is. If you go to like a live show of that kind of stuff, it's just a fantastic experience in every way. Unless you get like smacked in the face, in which case it's sore. But yeah, you kind of have to go to these things expecting people to be fired up. So, go with it. It's not a seating show, is it? I went to Gilman Street in Oakland in California. I've been to a couple of gigs up there to see some of the punk bands, and Good Riddance being one of them. And at some point, I think I saw a very young, what are they called? Green Day. Of course, you see Green Day at somewhere like Gilman Street where they're just trying to cut their teeth, and you have no idea they're going to be massive. But they were good, from what I remember. But so was everyone, Everyone was good. I think it's, to a certain extent, chance. There is hard work involved in getting that stuff down, for sure. But, again, it was a great night. So, what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to do just a 2-5-1 jazz, and that one chord, which is the last one, I'm going to replace that every time with a different inversion. Now this is going to sound weird, I think, because this will sound like a 4 chord. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Next one. Okay. Where's that going? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We could try the 6-9. That doesn't really work. What about... Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It's the 2-5-1. So who's my favorite guitar player? I have so many, and sometimes it depends on who I'm, like what kind of mood I'm in, what sort of music I'm listening to. I can talk about who influenced. I think it's probably the best thing is to talk about like how I got influenced by guitar playing, because those really are, that's the roots of it, right? No matter who I like now, who did I listen to? So I think it was the usual stuff back in the early 80s and things, various things. The first time I became really aware of guitar playing was two things. One was Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, that album. And the other one, around the same time, or maybe just a little bit later, was Jump by Van Halen. I had not heard of Van Halen. I didn't live in America at the time. I lived in Hong Kong, strangely enough. And yeah, so Jump comes on, and wow. I like the song to start with. I mean, it's like, oh, that's cool. And then there's cheeky little Eddie Van Halen running around in his funky trousers, playing his iconic guitar, and then just busting out this amazing solo. In Guitar Wizard, I used to know his favorite was Frank Zappa. Yes, Frank Zappa is somebody that I do totally love, actually, as a guitar player. And interestingly, I got into Frank Zappa because I got into Steve Vai. Now, I got into Steve Vai pretty early on, like when David Lee Roth's album came out in '86. That was pretty much the first time I heard Steve Vai. Maybe it was the Crossroads movie, but I think that was after I heard the album. And for me, it was like Steve Vai became my favorite guitar player right then and there in '86. I remember listening to that album, and you're distracting me from it. Is okay. I've done the work. This is day 30. This is day 30. So if I haven't figured it out by now, but you're right, I should get back to it. Let's do harmonic minor scales. I'm in no hurry. Let me just finish my story, then I'll do my harmonic minor scales. So I got into Frank Zappa through listening to Steve Vai, and I liked Eat 'em and Smile by David Lee Roth. So I decided to go back and kind of figure out, I like to do this with all artists. I go back and I kind of listen to their very first early stuff to see where did they come from? Where was that sort of, initial fire of being a musician, and then how did it evolve? So I love that kind of thing. So I bought Tinseltown Rebellion, the live record, which is the first record that Steve Vai ever played on. And so there's all this cool guitar parts coming out and all this crazy guitar stuff. And then the next one I bought was the mothers of prevention, which not to be confused with the mothers of invention, which is obviously Frank Zappa's early band. This was a record he released in the 80s with a lot of sampling and tape edits and things, very, very creative from a production point of view. And Vi plays all over that. And that's a studio record. It's a great record as well. And like I would listen to the guitar solos over things like What's New in Baltimore, and I'd be like, cool, Steve Vai is totally in it. Amazing guitar solos. And I thought it was Vai, but it was Zappa playing all that stuff. The only thing that Vai really played on where he does a proper full-on guitar solo is Stevie Spankin' on the Them or Us album, which is great. So Them or Us. If you're not into Zappa, there's no bad albums, but that was the stuff that for me, the stuff from the 80s. And yeah, so I'm years later I realized that's not Vi playing the solos, it's Zappa. So yeah, he's incredible. I mean, not only from a guitar playing point of view, but just as a musician in general, just genius, producer, band leader, all that stuff. Just an incredible musician, groundbreaking. Music wouldn't be the same without Zappa. Okay, and it also wouldn't be the same without harmonic minor scales, which I need to practice. So let's grab those. The timer is going. And maybe I should have. Maybe I made a mistake going freeform tonight. Because I'm just babbling, not doing any playing. But yeah, Iron Maiden, Van Halen. And then Vivian Campbell when he was in Dio. Incredible. And another really great player that's underrated, I won't say he's one of my favorites, but great recording, great playing is John Sykes, and especially the Whitesnake 1987 album, which everyone thinks is Vivian Campbell or Adrian Vandenberg or whoever, but it's not. It's John Sykes, and he basically recorded the album and got sacked. But what a rock record that is! Absolutely perfect timing with that album. It released and it just blew up. Just a great record. Still of the Night and all that stuff. What's my favorite music biography book? Good question. But I'm going to do some practicing, okay? And then I'll answer that. So what are we on? Day 3. Okay, yeah. I thought I did this one yesterday. Oh, yeah, day 4. That's right. Excuse me, itchy ear. Cool. What's my favorite music biography book? I was thinking about that while I was practicing. It's a good question. I've read lots. I've read Satriani. I've read there's a Randy Rhoads one. There is Miles Davis was the one that I was going with right till the very end. I was like, the Miles Davis autobiography is fantastic. Miles Davis is a great musician. I know he's not metal or anything, but the ethos is the same. He's a guy trying to make a living out of playing music, but my number one music book that I actually recently bought for a friend and gave it to him is the Frank Zappa biography, the one that he wrote himself, the Frank Zappa book. I have a copy of it somewhere. I think it's in my cupboard or something. But it's hilarious, brilliant, and he wrote it himself. So Zappa's own words, and it's just a fantastic read. Very amusing. He's a very, very funny man. So there we go. That's my favorite biography. And what about you, Mike? What's yours? Have you read a few, or what's your thing? I know you're into metal as opposed to Liam Gallagher and all that, but what's your thing? Arpeggios. Key of B. Oops. I've read Yngwie's book as well. Yngwie Malmsteen. The worst one I've ever read, my least favorite, was Eric Clapton's book, the one that he wrote. I thought it was rubbish. Didn't really give you any detail about the exciting stuff. I mean, I guess it fills in a part of the picture, which is his perspective. Heavier Than Heaven, Kurt Cobain biography. Okay, I've not read that. I should read that. Do you know, I talked about Tim Lurch and how he was a student of Ted Green. Ted Green, if you don't know, is the guy that wrote Chord Chemistry, which is the chord Bible. And so he passed away, sadly, about 20 years ago now, but a very, very well-respected guitar player. And check him out online. There's a Ted Green thing. It's by a Seattle journalist. Okay, I'll check it out. I will look into that. But Ted Green, who I consider to be like the master of chords and chord progressions, said that the most original thing that he had heard in terms of chord progressions in recent years, and I'm going back to the early 2000s at this point, was Kurt Cobain. Like, that guy is doing, Ted Green, definitely look him up, man. He's like, look on YouTube. There's lessons of him just like with his students are videotaping him because he just talks about stuff. But he talks in one of those videos, he talks about how Kurt Cobain is like the guy who's using chord progressions that no one else is using, and that it's actually interesting. But sad days. I remember when Kurt Cobain sadly passed away. He was a troubled man, sadly, but maybe that's what it takes to be the caliber of songwriting genius that he was. Cool. Okay, arpeggios. That's kind of, I was playing through. So where am I? B. Oops. So So that one gives me trouble down in that range. Big stretch. Last night I was like doing these up and down, upwards and downwards and trying to link them together, which was fun. Not in this key, but still good. So I've got them now. I'm happy that after, he says blowing that one really badly. I'm happy enough that, if I need to play a major arpeggio over something, I can just sing, okay, what is it? Practice it for a couple of minutes and I'll be able to do it. So that's my arpeggios. Finally, tonight, on to Girl from Ipanema. So I'm still vexed out by that melody part. I'm going to really focus in on the last bit of the melody. Let's find Girl, E, F, G, H. Here it is. Good. And drink more beer. Excellent. See, this always happens as I'm kind of wrapping it up. Like lots of people join in. I say lots, 3. Now, soon to be 2, because someone's be like, yeah, this guy's a knob. Which is fair enough. That's a fair assessment. Okay. Close enough. So I probably played that better last night, I think. But anyway, it's the next bit that I'm interested in. So I'm going to do all of that. And then what happens next? It's so weird. Well, it is weird and it isn't weird. I know that when I listen to it, it's not weird, but trying to like read it off the page is kind of weird. So it's triplet, A, B flat, right? And down to C, which is no. Yeah. Yep. And that'll do. That will do for tonight. I'm gonna go drink another beer, and then go crash out, I think. And tomorrow is day 31 of 31. So I was thinking about how to do it because I'm really busy. And I think what I'll do is I'm going out and stuff, and I'll probably just do a completely hammered one late at night. So it'll be about this time tomorrow night, I think. And yeah, that'll be nuts. Yeah, cool. We're going out for a dinner and stuff, and I'm definitely drinking beer because it's my birthday. So I'll sign on when I get back in, and I'll probably have more beers as well. And cool. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Have a good evening, day, whatever, and I'll see you tomorrow night for day 31 of 31 of live streams. Isn't that nuts? Looks like, fingers crossed I'm actually going to manage to do this. Okay, see you same time tomorrow then. Yeah, let's call it, let's say that. Let's say about 11 p.m. UK time. That'll work. I'll be well oiled. Cool, we'll go for it then. Brilliant. Okay, thanks guys. Have a good day, evening, whichever you're on. Bye for now.